Hello, welcome to Joan's Simple Paper Crafts. My name is Joan Heberlein. Today is Wednesday, March 10th, and I've recorded this video for YouTube. If you're new here, I'm so excited to meet you, and I want to thank you for stopping by. And if you're a returning guest, welcome back. Please subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss when I post a video, which is at least once a week, typically on a Wednesday. I'm here to show you how to make the monochromatic using the Brilliant Wings dies from the Butterfly Brilliance Bundle, which is part of the Butterfly Bouquet Collection. That collection, which is our newest promotion that runs from March 2nd to May 3rd, but don't worry, the stamps and dies will be in the new catalog that's coming out May 4th. Only the designer series paper and specialty papers that's related to that collection will be retiring on the 3rd. So hurry up and get those papers. The background paper for this card is the True Love designer series paper from the mini catalog. Make sure to hang on until the end so I can show you another project I use making these similar techniques. Okay, let's take a look at what we're making today. Here's our card. It says have a beautiful day, and I don't have anything on the inside except for this butterfly. And the butterfly is just attached by the body, so the wings kind of flutter. And these wings will flutter as well. So for this card, you're going to need a sheet of basic white cardstock cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And I already have this scored for us. We're also going to need a piece of basic black cardstock cut at 4 by 5 1/4, a piece of True Love designer series paper cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and then we'll need some scrap to cut out our butterflies. And I am going to cut out some butterflies from here before we're done with this piece. We'll need a piece of 1 inch by 4 inch. We'll need a piece of 1/2 inch, but about 4 inches. And then we'll need the Brilliant Wings dies. And what we're going to do is, we won't need this die. We're going to use this die. For the butterflies, we'll cut out this one, this one, this one, and this one. And then we'll need, I think we're going to use this thank you for the Lots of Hearts stamp set. And then we'll also need Memento ink, and that's Tuxedo Black. That's if you want to put a sentiment in the inside of the card, which I'm not going to do today. So I don't think we're going to need that today, but if you wanted to, go ahead and use that. Then we're going to need our Whisper White. And then we'll also need our white Stampin' Emboss powder. We'll need some glue dots. And I think that's about it for the supplies. So I'm just going to move this off from here so we can get started with our card. So I'm going to bring on our silicone stamp pad because we'll probably need that before we get too far. So I am going to fold this on the score line, and then we'll burnish it with our bone folder. And we'll get this out of here. So I don't know if it'll make a mark or not. Want to get a nice crisp edge there. This is our base card. So then the next piece is our basic black, but I said it we'd want to cut out some butterflies out of the center of this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now, and let's see what's going to fit there. I think we'll do this one. I think I need more of these smaller ones than I do the big one. So I'm going to do that, and I'll take it over to our cut and emboss. Well, I'm back now. I have my black card base all cut out, and I'm just going to finish getting the little knobbies out of here. So I got this all clear, and what I'm using is my roller that I had before Stampin' Up, but Stampin' Up has an attachment that goes on your Take Your Pick tool. So it'd go right on the end of the Take Your Pick tool, and you can use that, and it'll come with a sponge to help hold the die when you use the roller on there. So, and I have this pin here because I have the roller on my Take Your Pick, so I'll use this every now and then to get the tiny little ones. So, so next we're going to glue this base on to our card. And I'll get our silicone mat out here. I love our silicone mat. I use that to keep my work surface so it's not sticky, because sometimes I go off the surface and the glue or Stampin' Seal or hot glue doesn't stick to it. It won't stick to it permanently, let me put it that way. So, like if I have glue here, I can just wipe it up, or I can just wait till it dries. And we're all good to go. So, and I put a little glue around the butterflies because I didn't want those to bounce around or raise up. So I'm trying to leave an 1/8 of an inch border around the butterfly, or around the black border. So that works there. And then we'll do the same thing with our designer series paper, and I'm going to put it with flower side up, but we could do it this way as well, but I'm just going to do it with the way I did the original one. And again, I'm going to just leave an 1/8 of an inch border around the edge of the cardstock that I'm putting in here. So that means I'm leaving an 1/8 of an inch in the black. And then I'm going to use my bone folder just to make sure all the glue on the inside is being flattened out. And I'll do it on the inside of the card as well. So the next thing we want to do is to put our 4-inch border on here. Okay, so we've got this piece and we want to cut it with this little border. I'm going to put it on there twice, and I actually have one cut already, so, and we'll put it right about the middle of that page. And I know I'm not on my silicone mat. Looked out there. Looking like it's straight. So then the next thing we're going to need is our butterflies, and we'll use our Stampin', our glue dots with those. And I'm going to use one glue dot, and I'm going to kind of roll it up on itself before I put it on the butterfly. So I'm going to put it on the body part so it doesn't stick out through to the front of the card. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the second one. Oop. And then I will see how well I did. So we got a little bit sticking out here, so I'm just going to pull it back to the back part. So, and I'm just going to kind of roll these up a little bit to give them like a flutter effect. Push them down. There's a little bit of tackiness there, so let's see if I can get that out. Yeah, I just poked it down, tucked it underneath, so it's not tacky anymore. So that works. We'll do the same thing for this butterfly. And I'm going to roll this over upon itself again. And we'll put 2 dots on there. Let me do the other one right away. Stuck to my finger. And it's good here, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll these up a little bit and set them down right about here. And thought I felt some tackiness there. Yep, a little bit came out, so I'm just going to tuck it back in. All right. Then we got the big one, and those will need to be folded over too. Problem is trying to get it off my take your pick tool without all crumpling up on me. And this one should be able to go down as well. And I know I have my banner that I want to put at the bottom, so I'm going to have kind of come up into this portion. So the next thing we're going to need is our banner. And how we're going to do that is I'm going to take the Whisper White and I'm going to stamp it onto the card. I'm going to get everything set up here. And then we're going to emboss that. We're going to put embossing powder over the top of that. So that it will be glossy rather than just a matte finish. And I'll leave some room so I can put, I'm going to do 2 of them just in case one doesn't work quite as well. So, and all I'm going to do is just do the embossing powder over the top of them. And before I started this, I should have used the powder bag that gets rid of the static cling on here, because otherwise we'll have all this stuff. This stuff will be glossy here. Just taking that off. And then I'm going to go and blow this with our embossing gun, our heat gun. And I won't have you watch that. For one, it's going to be too loud, and the other is I have to do it in the other room so I don't blow a fuse. I'm back. I've got those all dried, embossed and dry and cooled. But what I want to do is clean my stamp. I forgot to do that earlier, so I'm going to do it now. This is our Stampin' scrub. This side, let me turn it. This side where there's a little water droplet, that's the wet side, and this is a sunshine, so that's the dry side. And I'll just add a little here because I haven't used this yet today. And I'm just going to scrub it real quick. And very good. It's all done. So I think I'm going to use this one because this one isn't quite as robust. And I'm just going to cut it right about here. I'll trim off a little bit here as well. And then I'm just going to put a little notch in here. You could do this with a punch, but I'm not going to pull out a punch for that. I want to show you how to do this if you don't have a punch. So you want to cut it in the center and then cut it from each side to that point. And then we'll put this right down here. And I'm going to put that on with our Stampin' Dimensionals. And I think I'm only going to need 2 here, because there isn't enough room to actually put it in the center, so 1 on each side will do. And that Take Your Pick tool pulls off the backs very nicely, where with my hands being stiff sometimes in the morning I can't do that, or when I change my nail length it takes me a while to figure that out, so I appreciate having the Take Your Pick tool. So the next thing we'll want to do is put this stamp or this butterfly on the inside, and I'm going to do that with a glue dot as well. I think I'm only going to need 1 here. Such a small butterfly. I'll put her down. And then I'm just going to kind of roll the wings back a little bit. Don't want to crease them, but I want them to be able to pop up when you open up the card. Yeah, so that works. So let's bring back our other card. And then I will bring back the other card that I said that I was going to show you what I've done. So here's the other card that I told you that I made. It's another monographic card, and it just has happy birthday, and then the same butterflies on the cover. You could put it inside sentiment if you'd like. Right now I just have a butterfly in here, and I didn't do this up, so yeah. So I hope you like these projects as much as I did. As you can see, it would work great with just about any designer series paper and stamp sentiment. I hope you'd give it a try. Leave a comment below to tell me what sentiment you used. Now, if you have enjoyed today's video, would you do me 2 favors? Give me a thumbs up emoji. Click that emoji. That means you like it. And would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me grow my business. I really appreciate that. And be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out to me. I'm here to help in any ways that I can. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to Joan Heberlein, StampinUp.net. Before I go, I want to remind you of these specials we have going on right now. Today is the last day that you can order the Paper Pumpkin Majestic Mountain theme kit, where you'll get these 4 stencils and a sponge that you can use on future stamps. And it'll come with enough supplies to make 8 cards with coordinating envelopes. We also have our birthday chick that came out in February. The birthday chick bundles are the Hey Chick with dies, and then Hey Birthday Chick with coordinating dies. You might recognize the Hey Chick because that was in a Stampin' Up! Celebration a couple years back, and it was so popular we brought it back. And we brought it back with some dies. So the dies are like this hen house, this picket fence, not picket fence, chain fence, the sign. There's dies for each of the chicks, cornstalk and corn cobs. So that's very cute. Then it also came out with a birthday chick stamp set, and this is in the catalog, in the mini catalog, but the stamps aren't, or the dies aren't. So the dies are the dies for each of the chicks that are in the stamp set. And then we've got this Hey Birthday, we've got this bag of corn, these banners, picket fence. Very cute. And I made some of these, I think it was February 27th. So if you wanted to see how I use these stamp sets and dies, go back and look at February 27th. The next thing we have is our Butterfly Bouquet, which is what I was working with today. This is the whole collection where you'll get Butterfly Brilliance Bundle, which would be the stamp set and the dies. And then you'd get 6x6 designer series papers and natural touch specialty papers. And that'll be all in the collection. The bundle is going, or the collection will be going until May 3rd. And then we'll get a new catalog out, and just the bundle itself will be in the catalog. There will not be any papers. So if you like the papers, you might want to get them now. So here's the specialty paper. It's kind of glossy, and then there's a little, looks like ridges in here. I mean, you can feel it a little bit. It's a lot thinner than our other papers, other specialty papers. So, and then I'll show you the stamp set. And it comes as one entire stamp. Just move these out of the way for right now. And it's the red rubber stamp set. And you'd either use your Stamparatus, or I think it's the H block that you'd want to use. And this is what I did with the Stamparatus. I think that turned out really well. But what I like even more so is that we've got our dies that come along, and you can cut them out like that. Little trick here, I've cut it out on this designer series paper, but then when I want to cut out another bundle or another set of butterflies, I match this up here, get it all lined up properly, and then tape this paper down to the pad that goes through our score emboss, and then I put down this die over the top of it and then cut it all through. I think that makes it easier to line them up so you're not cutting off anything that you don't want to. And then let me look at the rest of the dies. We've already talked about this today. So here's two borders, and here's another border, and then these are the butterflies. Okay. And here's the designer series paper. It's double-sided. This is a mini one of this one. This is the one that I cut out with the dies that cuts all 6 of them out. And then this is a mini version of that. And here's the back side of both of those cards. Rainbow card. And then just butterfly in the sky. So mark your calendars. I'll be back live next Wednesday, March 17th at 7 p.m. Central Time for something else from Butterfly Bouquet Collection. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I look forward to next week. Bye for now. Hey, and don't forget to subscribe.